Hello and welcome to my digital presentation for EDF4205. The topic I've chosen to present is food and nutrition, focusing specifically on childhood obesity. I'll provide a brief overview of the topic and identify where the health area is covered in the Australian curriculum. I will then provide strategies regarding the teaching and learning of food and nutrition in schools and critically analyse the Healthy Active Kids program. So why is nutrition important? Consuming a balanced diet is vital for achieving optimal health and well-being. Food provides our bodies with the necessary energy, protein, essential fats, vitamins and minerals to live, grow and function properly. It is important to maintain a diet that incorporates a wide variety of foods that provide the right amount of nutrition. Consuming an unbalanced diet that is high in fats, sugars, salt and preservatives can lead to a myriad of health issues such as obesity that can ultimately result in death. Let's have a look at what the statistics tell us. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics National Health Survey, the obesity rate for children aged 5 to 17 years increased from 5% in 1995 to 8% in 2007-2008. This is equivalent to 1/4 of Australian children, or around 600,000 obese children. Based on the 2011-2012 National Nutrition and Physical Activity Survey conducted by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, less than 1/3 of children aged 5 to 14 met fruit and vegetable consumption recommendations specified in the 2003 Dietary Guidelines for Children and Adolescents. In a report conducted by Access Economics in 2008, the total annual cost of obesity to Australia, including health system costs, loss of productivity costs and carers costs, was estimated at around $58 billion. So what does this mean for young Australians? Sawyer, Miller Lewis, Guy and Wake 2006 found that overweight and obese children frequently experience discrimination, bullying and teasing by their peers. This may contribute to poor peer relationships, poor school experiences, and poor psychological well-being. As highlighted by Riley and Wilson 2006, in the long term, obese children are at greater risk of persistent obesity, diabetes, arthritis, cardiovascular risk factors, certain cancers, depression, and premature mortality. The determinants of health. Economical determinants. Cost has a massive impact on the types of foods consumers are filling their shopping trolleys with. It is well known that fresh and natural produce comes at a higher cost than highly processed and heavily preserved foods. Unemployment. The health effects of unemployment are linked to both psychological consequences as well as its financial implications. According to Wilkinson and Marmo in 2003, the health effects start when people first feel their jobs are threatened, even before they actually become unemployed. This shows that anxiety about insecurity is also detrimental to health. Income. Families who have a low income may have tighter budget constraints that may restrict them to purchasing low-cost items at the expense of more pricey, nutritious items. Social determinants. Education. If people don't possess the necessary health knowledge, they are unable to make educated choices regarding the types of foods they are putting in their bodies. Culture. Customs, traditions and beliefs held by the family, race or religion can all affect a person's health. For example, some religions forbid the consumption of particular foods and restrict females from participating in physical activities such as sport. Location. Australians living in rural and remote areas may have difficulty accessing nutritious foods, especially perishable items, including fruit and vegetables. These foods are likely to be more expensive as they are less readily available. However, those raised in an urban setting may also suffer if there are no parks, playgrounds, and sporting centres to be utilised after school, on weekends and during holiday periods. Biological determinants. Gender. Men and women suffer from different types of diseases at different ages. Genetics. Inheritance plays a part in determining lifespan, healthiness, and the likelihood of developing certain illnesses. Some families are predisposed to particular illnesses and diseases that other families may not be. How is food nutrition covered in the Australian curriculum? In the curriculum, food and nutrition is covered in the health and physical education domain from Foundation to Year 10. As I am studying about a Bachelor of Primary Education, I'll be focusing specifically on Foundation to Grade 6. The health and physical education learning area is divided into two strands: personal, social and community health, and movement and physical activity. Within these two strands, the content is broken up into sub-strands and specific focus areas. Throughout the curriculum, we see the recurrence of physical activity in each level through the movement and physical activity strand, specifically moving our body, understanding movement, and learning through movement sub-strands. This area focuses on the acquisition and refinement of a broad range of movement skills, developing knowledge and understanding about how and why our bodies move, and promotes personal and social skills that can be developed through participation in physical activities. The knowledge, understanding, skills and dispositions students develop through movement in health and physical education encourage ongoing participation across their lifespan and in turn lead to positive health outcomes. Consequently, this area provides a foundation for a healthy lifestyle that is rich in physical activity. The inclusion of food and nutrition education is less explicitly covered in the curriculum. However, it also commences at foundation level. In the Contributing to Healthy and Active Community substrand, students are required to identify actions that promote health, safety and well-being. In Grade 1 and 2, under Being Healthy and Safe and Active substrand, the curriculum requests that students can recognise situations and opportunities to promote health, safety and well-being. In Communicating and Interacting for Health, students are expected to examine health messages and how they relate to health decisions and behaviours. And in Contributing to Healthy and Active Communities, the curriculum asks that students explore actions that help make the classroom a healthy, safe and active place. In Levels 3 and 4, in the Being Healthy, Safe and Active substrand, the curriculum asks that students identify and practice strategies to promote health, safety and well-being. Students are expected to be able to discuss and interpret health information and messages in media and on the internet, and also to describe strategies to make the classroom and playground a healthy, safe and active space. For the 5/6s, they need to plan and practice strategies to promote health, safety and well-being, and investigate the role of preventative health in promoting and maintaining healthy, safety and well-being for individuals in the communities. Food nutrition also has connections with technology, specifically design and technology strand. In Levels 3 and 4, under the Design and Technologies Knowledge and Understanding substrand, the curriculum requires students to investigate food and fibre production and food technologies used in modern and traditional societies. In this same substrand, in Levels 5 and 6, students are required to investigate the role of food preparation in maintaining good health and the importance of food safety and hygiene. Teaching and learning strategies. According to St. Leger 2001, one of the most critical influences on an individual's state of health and reported health behaviour is education. Richard Tenning 2006, page 63, highlights in his research that the school is one of the key institutional influences on children and is a key site to educate students about how to achieve healthy lifestyles. However, for a school to provide a holistic approach to health education, it needs to extend the learning outside of the classroom walls and into the wider community to ensure an effective health pedagogy is implemented. This is also known as the Health Promoting Schools Framework. This integrated framework seeks to build stronger foundations of health literacy, emphasises supportive and protective environments, enables educators to address key health issues and deal with individual, community and population health issues. Lee 2015. The World Health Organization suggests that by connecting the curriculum with the school environment and community, a larger variety of the factors which affect student health have a greater chance of being addressed than if only explored through the classroom curriculum. There are many ways that schools can get involved with the local community to promote healthy eating. For example, the school could host a health day and invite members of the community to participate. This could involve students preparing healthy snacks that can be purchased, games that children can play, and the construction of a fruit and vegetable patch in the school grounds. This gives the students a purpose to learn as they are imparting their knowledge on other members of the community. This style of education promotes a learner-centred approach and allows students to be active and direct their own learning and build on their prior knowledge and cognitive skills. Lee 2015. The role of the teacher can shift away from being the source of information to a facilitator that allows students to investigate and discover for themselves. One of the areas that educators come undone regarding the teaching of food and nutrition is on the premise of preventing or decreasing the prevalence of obesity. It is commonly known that the cause of obesity can be directly linked to diet and lack of physical activity. However, if the aim of food and nutrition education is shifted to a preventative perspective, rather than focusing on the health benefits of good nutrition and exercise, the outcome can actually have an opposing effect. As stated by Cliff and Wright in 2010, school cultures may be part of the complex causes of eating disorders. Obesity discourse is bleeding into accounts of eating disorders, particularly in cultural settings where health is linked with weight. This notion can be combated with a strength-based approach that understands that physical and health education is not about imposing values, assigning blame, or using scare techniques to persuade children to change their habits. The Australian curriculum suggests that rather than focusing only on potential health risks or a deficit-based model of health, a strength-based approach has a wider focus on supporting students to develop the knowledge, understanding, and skills they require to make healthy, safe, and active choices that will enhance their own and others' health and well-being. The resource I have chosen to critique is the Healthy Active Kids program. This program was established by the Australian Institute of Sport and Nestle in 2001 and takes the form of an online website. Healthy Kids is an Australia-wide program which focuses on improving basic knowledge of nutrition and physical activity levels in children. The site is divided into 3 areas: for teachers, for families, and the Kids Corner. This is done to enhance ease of use and practicality. The program provides a plethora of resources for all users, ranging from teaching units, lesson plans, and worksheets for teachers, healthy recipes, outdoor activity suggestions, and reading materials for families, and cooking tips, games, and videos for children. 5 dimensions of health, physical, mental, and social health, are covered most extensively throughout the resource. The program places great emphasis on the physical aspect of health through the range of suggestions it provides to get kids moving. The resource has a variety of indoor, outdoor, and water game suggestions, as well as a section on sports skills and where children can pick up some tips and tricks on how to improve their technique. The Healthy Active Kids program places high regard on developing well-rounded students that also possess the necessary mental skills to take on life's challenges. In the teaching plans, there is a whole unit centred around mental health and well-being. It addresses key themes such as belonging, good and bad relationships, emotional responses, and focusing on our strengths. Social health is covered through the utilisation of team sports and activities where students need to use a range of problem-solving, communication, and cooperation skills to succeed. This teaches them lifelong collaboration skills that can be used in other areas of their lives. Social health is also developed through teaching units such as how to be a leader and how to be a good sport. The Healthy Active Kids program emphasises the importance of nutritious food and how it can improve each of these areas of health and promote well-being. Nutritionalist and health educator from the University of Sydney, Professor Jennifer O'Day, conducted research on children participating in the program. She found that of the students who participated in the program, up to 90% reported having changed their eating habits because of what they had learned in class, and over 50% of the study shared dietary information with their families. This link between school and home is an important feature of a good health education program. The connection between school and home is even stronger because the program is available online, so it's very accessible for teachers, parents, and the children in the class. The program replicates the objectives of the Health Promoting Schools framework by integrating the curriculum, school organisation, and the wider community in the involvement of the health program. Overall, the Healthy Active Kids program is an effective tool for teaching food and nutrition in general. It offers a wide variety of resources to teachers, parents, students, and the community. It's easily accessible through its online platform and it's simple to navigate around the site. The program doesn't just focus on one area of health, and the activities suggested can be incorporated into other learning areas of the curriculum. The only negative about the program is one that is common to many areas of health education, and that is staff training. The program really doesn't offer any training for educators to actually teach the content. There are a multitude of useful lesson plans and unit guides, but without formal training and experience, many teachers shy away from the task. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here are a list of my references.